morning, ladies and gentlemen. But since we have only one lady in the audience, I guess when I say ladies, it includes her and me as well. And so we are all here today to talk about Way2SMS and how we are rebranding ourselves as a business. My name is Prachi Johar, and I am the head of corporate communication for Way2Online Private Limited. And I will be walking you through the entire process of why we are doing what we are doing in the sequence that we have decided to. So we all know a bit about Way2SMS. Much has been written about it, much has been spoken about it, but there are some threads which might be missing. So you're all business journalists, you all understand how brands are represented. When they become a success story, they become a front page news story. But any business, when it becomes a front page celebrity, there's much more than what the words represent. So what I'd like to share with you today is that even though we were a stupendous success right from the time we started in 2008, we've had our own share of lows in the product life cycle. So much so that there was a point of time, which Raju told me, that he thought of shutting down Way2SMS. Now, despite that, we kind of overcame the glitches. We had a technical team in place. We had the right technology in order. And between 2009 and 2012, we achieved a hockey stick kind of growth. We achieved the standards of carrier-grade delivery SMSs. Therefore, what really needs to be brought out here is that whatever has been our story of progress has not been achieved so easily. We are at a point of time where we have 45 lakh users, and there are 6 lakh users who visit the site on an everyday basis. So where does that bring us? Yes, we are a successful brand. Does that mean that we sit back on past laurels and gloat in the history of it? Well, yes and no. Yes, because we are very proud of where we are right now, because a lot of sweat and blood has gone into the making of a brand. And no, because we need to constantly adapt ourselves in better and more relevant ways in order to improve our offerings to our consumers. And how do we do that? So the most important question in everyone's mind right now, why are we here? Why is so much of history being doled out to us? Why are we talking of Way2SMS when right now the real question is the positioning that we are going to take in a few days to come, or in fact we already have. So there's no rocket science involved in the fact that SMSs are soon going to become obsolete, right? We all understand that. Now, why are we repositioning now? We understood that we needed to have an app in place. And we had an app in place in the year 2014. It's doing roaringly well. So, why are we making a shift now? For one, the technology is changing. Two, we understand the enormity of what an audience of 45 million means to us. We want to further consolidate and safeguard the trust that we have built with Way2. Now, we are becoming leaner and stronger. How are we becoming leaner? We've decided to drop the word SMS from our name with ostensible reasons of saying that now we are progressing into a technology which is no longer the same as it used to be when we were in our prime. Okay? But when we say we were in our prime, means we want to consistently stay in our prime, and that means adapting ourselves. So this is like just, I won't say deviating, but kind of taking a different course to remain relevant in the times to come. Leaner, we've all understood. Stronger, because with the Way2 app, what are we offering? It goes beyond just providing you the facility of free SMSing. Okay? What does it do? Way2 is going to bring to you short summarized news bites in less than 400 characters. So what makes it special? Are we becoming a regular short news business? Well, again, there is ambivalence there in the sense that we are not into so much hardcore news as the ability to understand our consumer who's always on the go and cannot probably sift through heavy news articles. That is one. And the second thing is that we are foraying into a large untapped segment which wants to consume news in local languages. So therein lies our USP. Way2 is going to be providing these short news bites in 9 different languages. And because there are 9 languages, I'm going to refer to my script now. So there's English, of course, and there's Hindi. There's Marathi, Malayalam, Tamil, Bangla, Gujarati, Telugu and Kannada, as also, of course, like I said, the English language. Now, News has also undergone a revolution in different ways, and I would be silly to tell you how news has undergone a change, considering that you all are in the business of living, breathing, and firing news all the time. So you all understand it much better than all of us do. Our idea is to make news a stimulating experience, so that anybody between 15 and 50 or say even 70 years of age, when he looks at it, he's drawn to it. So we are talking about a magazine style format, we are talking about an interesting video, we are talking about an interesting picture, we are talking about language which is sharp, incisive, hits you home and draws you to being read. It's like you see your screen and the screen is shouting out at you, come on, I need to be read, right? So that is the kind of experience we are trying to create with news, while not really moving away from the core offering that we have, which is providing you the facility of sending out free SMSs. So we've been there as Way2 for some time now, and there are a lot of people, consumers, who've written back to us and asked, I mean, why the heck would you be doing something like this? All I want is free SMS. So even before you ask us that question, we'd like to preempt you by saying that yes, free SMS is yes, but much more than that. Now, in terms of business, in terms of strategy, in terms of having done our research, in terms of saying that yes, this is a viable field to be in, there is a little more than the strict business give and take element that is involved. Way2 has an aspirational value for us. What is that aspirational value? We were a success story, we were rock stars when it came to Way2 SMS. Of course, it didn't happen overnight, Rome was not built in a day. We took a period of time to arrive where we did. And every position at the top is a little untenable, okay? We need to keep reinventing. And therefore, Way2 has an aspirational value for us in the sense that we want to be in the lives, in the daily lives of our consumers, much the same way as we did with Way2 SMS. And therefore, Way2, just beyond being a business, is also an aspiration to hold on and remain relevant in the lives of those 45 million consumers who found Way2 worth their while. With that, I hand over to Raju, who's going to talk about the business dynamics of what Way2 is all about. Thank you.